Hey there, chuckleheads. Welcome to the most mischievous day of the year. It's April 1st, a day when it's perfectly acceptable to swap your friend's sugar with salt and watch them take that first shocking sip of their morning coffee. Or maybe you prefer the classic office prank, convincing your coworker that their stapler is pregnant. The look on their face? Priceless. It's April Fool's Day, a global festival of trickery and good-natured mischief. Friends, family, and even co-workers come together to share laughs and create unforgettable memories. But have you ever stopped to wonder, amidst the fake spiders and whoopee cushion symphonies, where this tradition of tomfoolery originated? Why do we dedicate an entire day to pranks and jokes? Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wacky world of April Fool's Day. Get ready for a journey through time and across continents. Now, pinning down the exact origins of April Fool's Day is like trying to catch a greased piglet, slippery and near impossible. The history is murky, filled with twists and turns. But one historical hiccup stands out like a sore thumb, and it involves our friends across the pond. Let's take a closer look at this peculiar event. Let's rewind to 16th century France, where things were about to get real confusing. Back then, the New Year was celebrated at the end of March, culminating in a week-long festival that ended on April 1st. However, in 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian calendar, shifting New Year's Day to January 1st. Not everyone got the memo, and those who continued to celebrate the old New Year were labeled April Fools. These April Fools became the target of jokes and pranks, including having paperfish placed on their backs, symbolizing a gullible person, or poisson d'avril in French. Over time, the tradition spread across Europe and eventually the world, evolving into the playful day of pranks we know and love today. So, whether you're planning an elaborate hoax or just enjoying the fun, remember the rich history behind this day of jest. So, go ahead, embrace the spirit of April Fool's Day, and let the laughter and joy of this whimsical holiday bring people together. After all, a good laugh is the best prank of all. Picture this. It's 1582, and France is switching from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar. This change was monumental, affecting not just the dates but the very rhythm of life for the people. Imagine the confusion and the chaos that ensued as centuries-old traditions were suddenly upended. Seems simple enough, right? Wrong. The transition was anything but smooth. People were bewildered, unsure of when to celebrate their beloved holidays. See, back in the day, the New Year wasn't celebrated on January 1st. Instead, it was celebrated during a week-long shindig starting on March 25th and ending, you guessed it, around April 1st. This was a time of joy, feasting, and merriment, deeply ingrained in the cultural fabric of the society. But when the Gregorian calendar rolled in and moved New Year's Day to January 1st, not everyone got the memo, or perhaps they just liked to party. The shift was met with resistance and confusion. Some people simply refused to change their ways, clinging to the old traditions with a sense of nostalgia and defiance. Those who clung to the old ways and continued celebrating in late March were branded April Fools. They were seen as out of touch, relics of a bygone era, and became easy targets for ridicule. They became the butt of jokes and were often sent on fool's errands or tricked with bogus gifts. These pranks were not just harmless fun, they were a way for people to assert the new order and mock those who resisted change. And thus, the seed of April Fool's Day was planted. Over time, this tradition of pranking and jesting evolved, becoming a beloved annual event. What started as a way to mock those who resisted the calendar change has grown into a day of lighthearted fun and mischief, celebrated around the world. So next time you play a prank on April 1st, remember you're part of a tradition that dates back centuries. Like a contagious giggle fit, April Fool's Day spread like wildfire across Europe, eventually landing on the shores of Great Britain. The Brits, never ones to shy away from a good laugh, embraced the tradition with open arms and mischievous grins. By the 18th century, April Fool's Day was firmly entrenched in British culture, with pranks becoming increasingly elaborate and outrageous. One popular prank involved pinning paper fish on unsuspecting victims' backs. The victims, none the wiser, would parade around, earning themselves the unfortunate moniker of poisson d'avril, or April fish. Now let's hop across the border to Scotland, where April Fool's Day took on a particularly whimsical twist. The Scots celebrate a two-day extravaganza of foolery, known as Hunt-the-Gowk Day. Gowk is Scottish slang for a cuckoo bird, a creature known for its, shall we say, less than stellar intelligence. The first day of Hunt-the-Gowk Day involves sending unsuspecting victims on ridiculous errands, much like the fool's errands of yore. But the second day is where things get really interesting. It's called Taily Day, and it's all about targeting people's backsides. Section 5. Pranks for the public. Fast forward to the 20th and 21st centuries, and April Fool's Day has become a global phenomenon. It's a day when the media, corporations, and even governments get in on the act, pulling off pranks that range from the chuckle-worthy to the downright audacious. One of the most iconic April Fool's Day pranks of all time was perpetrated by the BBC in 1957. The esteemed news organization aired a segment on the Swiss spaghetti harvest, showcasing farmers carefully plucking strands of spaghetti from trees. Viewers were amazed by this botanical anomaly, with many phoning in to inquire about growing their own spaghetti trees. Section 6. Corporate comedians. Not to be outdone, corporations have also embraced the spirit of April Fool's Day, using the occasion to showcase their playful side and connect with consumers in a light-hearted way. Google, the king of quirky, is notorious for its elaborate April Fool's Day pranks. One year, they announced the launch of Google Nose, a revolutionary technology that allowed users to search for and experience different smells online. Another year, they introduced Gmail Shelfie, a feature that replaced the standard Gmail profile picture with a selfie taken from inside your mailbox. Section 7. The digital age of deception. The rise of the internet and social media has only amplified the reach and impact of April Fool's Day pranks. What was once confined to newspapers, radio, and television can now spread like wildfire across the globe in a matter of minutes. Social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook are flooded with fake news articles, phony product announcements, and doctored images, all designed to trick and amuse. But the digital age has also brought about a new breed of April Fool's Day pranksters. Everyday individuals armed with nothing more than a smartphone and a mischievous streak. Section 8. Why we fool. So, why do we continue to celebrate this day of harmless deception? What is it about April Fool's Day that keeps us coming back year after year, eager to partake in the fun and mischief? Perhaps it's because, in a world often filled with stress and uncertainty, April Fool's Day offers a much-needed respite. A chance to let loose, embrace our inner child, and share a laugh with friends and strangers alike. It's a day where the usual rules are bent, and the unexpected becomes the norm. For just one day, we can step away from our routines and responsibilities and indulge in the simple joy of playfulness. It's a reminder that sometimes, it's okay to not take ourselves too seriously. In fact, it's healthy to laugh at ourselves and the absurdities of life. Humor has a way of breaking down barriers, of bringing people together in a shared moment of joy. It reminds us that despite our differences, we all have the capacity to laugh and to find delight in the unexpected. Or maybe it's simply because, deep down, we all enjoy a good prank, whether we're the prankster or the pranky. There's a thrill in the anticipation, a rush of excitement in the execution, and a sense of satisfaction in the reaction. Pranks, when done in good spirit, can create lasting memories and strengthen bonds between friends and family. There's something inherently satisfying about pulling off a well-executed hoax, or witnessing the look of surprise and amusement on someone's face when they realize they've been had. It's a moment of pure, unfiltered emotion, a mix of surprise, confusion, and ultimately, laughter. These moments remind us of the joy of spontaneity and the beauty of human connection. Whatever the reason, April Fool's Day remains a beloved tradition, a testament to the enduring power of humor and our innate desire to connect with one another through laughter and lighthearted fun. It's a day that transcends age, culture, and background, uniting us in a collective celebration of the playful spirit. So, go forth, you fools, and spread the joy of April Fool's Day. Embrace the laughter, cherish the moments of surprise, and remember that sometimes the best way to navigate the complexities of life is with a hearty laugh and a playful heart.